Welcome back, everyone, to the Northern Arena Hearthstone Tournament. We're onwards to the grand finals between Impact and Muckacho, which we saw yesterday play a very aggressive lineup. Both of these players are playing the same decks almost, not exactly.
They might not be card for card, but I think it's 4 classes, right?
Right. The archetypes and the classes themselves are the same, so you could expect a lot of mirror matches. Hopefully we get to see some of those because they're some of the most interesting.
Yeah, the Aggro Shell mirror is really fun. The Dragon Warrior mirror is really, really fun. The Hunter mirror is pretty fun.
It's actually like
all these matches I really
edges. Yeah, I really want to see the mirror matches.
They're
queue up
among
into
the
each
most
other.
skilled matchups that you can play.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping
I like the mirror.
them. So as far as we're concerned, this is the Power 4 lineup. So we're talking Druid, Hunter, Shaman, as well as the Dragon Warrior for both players.
Hunter, the new inclusion into the power lineup over Zoo, right?
Zoo has actually faded out a little bit. Might come back as things stabilize. Well, the metagame is very much in flux, but Impact was running a list of Shaman with Spirit Claws in them. So 2 copies of Spirit Claws as well as 2 copies of Doomhammer.
There was a Zoo from one end.
Oh yeah, there was the Zoo aggro from
He's playing
Muckacho. That's right. He's playing a discard Zoo up against of all the players.
Over. Right. He's playing Zoo over what?
Might have been the Warrior.
Okay. So he's got some of that discard synergy in his hand.
He's already starting off with the perfect discard curve, and right now there's no punish. If he opts to play the Malchadar's Imp into Darkshire Librarian, which is not necessarily the best way to do it, but when you can play 2 1-drops and protect the Imp.
That 1/3 never dies. Well, the Voidwalker sometimes does. The Air Guy never does.
So we see Kanye's face on the shirt on the left. I'm not sure that's the angle Muckacho wants to get. All right, I guess all hail our new Lord and Savior, Kanye. Oh man, respect from Impact. Lots of respect on it from Impact on that Imp. Tries to damage it as much as he can, and that's a card.
So he couldn't make that. He could not really make the Finley attack because if he made the Finley attack into the 1/3, then Direwolf just absolutely shreked him.
Yeah.
So plays the Bloodtaker, doesn't attack. Makes a lot of sense to me.
So he did pick up the Hunter Hero Power, by the way. Impact did. So his game plan is going to turn on to aggression pretty quickly. Would not be surprised to see the Frothing come out, but
given the window, that's definitely what he's going to end up doing. The Frothing where the Monkey could come out this turn, Bloodtaker is like
better on the fall. I guess Monkey's good now because Frothing and Blood on 4 is okay.
Well, both the minions kind of force your opponent to trade into it. One because it has taunt, the other one because Frothing hits really, really hard.
It has a soft taunt.
They're effectively the same play here.
Yeah. The only I guess maybe keeping the Frothing for when you play Blood to Ikir might just be a tiny bit, like when it's less threatened by the board immediately, right? Might just be a bit safer, because both force a trade, so it's kind of difficult.
You can use the Monkey is like good in the sense that on board. Muckacho actually has like trades, like the 3T can go into Finley, the 1/2 can go into the other guy. That just means the Frothing hits you in the dome for 10, and then there's Hunter Hero Power going on here.
He chooses to discard first.
I would have. Oh wow!
What a draw right there!
Yeah, I probably would have started Power Whelming, but if you draw the Soulfire, this is really good.
Yeah, we were debating like the idea of maybe playing. Actually, one of your spells to trade up immediately.
That flea value trades to Finley. I wonder if the 1/2 actually goes face.
I think I might 3/2 into the 2/1 to cycle now.
Alrighty.
But never mind that. Yep. Because like if you trade into the 2/1, you just lose the value. The value trading is worth quite a bit given the fact that Whirlwind effects exist. Finley can make good trades on this board. Yeah. It's a hard. Like honestly, I'm not convinced by the.
I don't think double trade was great here. But Impact should definitely probably take that trade.
Impact's happy about this, I think. The moment he stabilizes once, I think he'll be good.
Definitely a very, very good draw here.
Are we not going to see it?
I think he's going to play Ritual, but also...
I think with this draw...
He's also going to play the 1/3 and Ritual, which is fine. Yeah. He's just trying to empty his hand a bit for the Doomguard.
I mean, I like it. If the Imp stays alive, then the Doomguard gets extremely powerful. Although it never feels good to throw out an Argus, so there's a good chance he just, holds on.
So Grimage picked up a bit far away. He's going to take as many trades. I don't think that trade does anything. I think you can go face for 1 in that spot.
I think what it...
I guess it protects the 2-1.
It protects the 2-1 leftover,
Yeah.
or even an abusive
my.
trade up.
This is going to be a big roll.
And does the Doom Guard discard the Silverware Golem? That's a big deal, and it does. Darkest gets kept. The best card is in the hand. Honestly, the discard rolls from Muckacho have been nothing short of spectacular.
Yeah.
The best hits every time.
So Impact does play NRH. I personally like this a lot. Oh, this Fairy Dragon's going to get sad.
Well, the Ravaging Ghoul is in the deck, so it's not quite done. There might be also some of these lists that are kind of awkward play.
The problem in this spot is things like Blackwing Corruptor are no longer. I don't mind that because like the 3/2 doesn't have has a relevant trade into the 2/2, but it doesn't have a relevant trade in here.
I see. Well, the Grom Hellscream doesn't really have a comeback. You were saying Power of Whelming is definitely a welcome pickup.
I wonder if that actually just goes on to 2/2. Yeah, that seems a bit better.
If you couldn't deal with your 4-1, there's no ghouls.
It's going into turn 8, and you want your board to be as wide as possible for a potential Ragnaros.
So you've seen 2 Power of Whelmings, 1 discarded, 1 played. Oh, that execute.
I wonder if you kill the other one, hope he doesn't trade and execute that next turn.
I would be inclined to do that, but we'll see. Soulfire, another welcome sight.
Oops.
What? Okay.
That's a blunder.
I guess we'll Soulfire after we tap.
It was very unlikely he hit.
Silverware Golem number 2.
He hit exactly Doomguard pretty much. That's why he tapped first to see what his other options would be.
Was there ever anything better than Soulfiring tapping? And I guess Silverware Golem.
I definitely would have Soulfired the Grimage. A bit of a blunder here.
Right. The execute not doing any work here.
God.
Lethal's not on board right now.
Yeah,
so
2 cards for damage.
That is the lethal he was looking for.
2 damage, easy.
And there we go. Impact is going to go down into the might of the discards. Quite frankly, these discards were insane.
Yeah, Impact not like the craziest draws.
No axe.
It was pretty okay. Like it's pretty okay. And then just like double execute, no activators.
I still want to go back on that Grom turn where he had the option of leaving the 4-1 alive.
Yeah, I think you hit the
Voidwalker.
I think you hit the Voidwalker and execute the other way.
Yeah.
You had a tiny bit of health to actually play with.
Just a tiny bit. And you can't afford having it smash itself into 2 minions.
No, but it was guaranteed to die to turn after, so it was like really just taking 3 damage more.
Yeah. I mean, you always had the execute there. And if your Grom was ever allowed to swing face, then maybe you have a window of opportunity with Curator, with Twilight Guardians if you run a runner into Dragons.
Under hero power.
Yeah, I mean, you can just try to close out the game
Wow,
early.
look at this hand from Muckacho.
Muckacho will be first here. And Impact on the coin with the Spirit Claws as well as a Maelstrom Portal.
Yeah, his hand's not bad either.
I think this game's anyone's game.
I very much like leading a Squire because you know the Spirit Claws is in your opponent's deck. So playing the thing that doesn't die to it just seems to make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Now, the cool thing for Impact is with a huge toad around, he gets to swing at it, takes some damage, yes, but you can play Maelstrom Portal on the back of it.
The problem is a lot of 1-drops die to the huge toad half the time.
Not when you get a Mana Worm.
Mana Worm would be pretty good here.
You know what? I'll take my little 1/1 that comes back.
Yeah.
It's effectively an Argent Squire in this spot. An Animal Companion rolling the Misha. I don't want to say that's the worst.
Flame Tongue's very good here.
Yep.
Well, not very good, but it's okay.
Oh, wait.
Blood Mage is also very good.
Yeah.
Blood Mage and Flame Tongue are actually almost the same thing here.
I'd go Blood Mage, coin Flame Tongue to curve into that 4-mana 7/7 anyway. Get more damage on board.
I think sometimes you actually are going to play Feral Spirits and coin Flame Tongue, maybe?
Flame Tongue? Sure.
That's definitely a line for sure.
All right, so these players are playing super quickly, by the way. Like, none of them has been playing more than exactly 10 seconds on their turn. It's been smash a minion down.
I don't know about this turn.
Yeah.
I think I would have played Animal Companion, personally.
Agreed.
But going the Blood Mage, I don't know.
Well, now there's a 4-mana 7/7 into coin 4-mana 7/7.
But there's a Freezing Trap. Freezing Trap's really good here, and
goodness gracious.
That is, that's a really good Freezing Trap. I was actually debating as to whether you play the Abyss Surgeon over the Animal Companion and just start hero powering.
every single turn.
Impact's getting pretty low. He's almost in hero power range.
Yeah, I think in this spot you don't have much of a choice but to Feral Spirit once you see what trap it is. I mean, you know it's freezing.
I don't think you attack. Even without knowing, he probably does know the trap composition at this point in the tournament. But even if he didn't know the trap composition, if you attack with that 7/7 and freezing trap, you just lose. So I don't think you
give the bow charge. So like to explain it, it's just because the bow charge lets you clear the feral spirits of the opponent a lot
also
too
the fact that that's 4 mana 7/7 is actually a 6 mana play.
Right, on the follow-up. Yeah. And it overloads you anyway. So
yeah, I mean, the 2 overload plus the 4. It's actually like freezing trap a 6-drop.
Yeah.
It's like hitting Karen to a freezing trap. You just lose when that happens.
Is he considering using the Rockbiter Coin Feral Spirit? I assume that's the play, right?
So what he's doing here is taking some more base damage, but
he protects the wolf from the 3/1, which is good.
He wants one of his guys to not die on board, so he can check freezing trap with one of those guys. Unfortunately, there is a oh my, the second bow is actually a really good pickup here.
Let some curve it away.
Yeah, his plan didn't work out, but that was definitely his best play there.
Yeah, and now that he's overloaded, the thing from below is no longer an option, and I think he's gonna go down in health way too low on this turn in order to catch up.
Running out of health here.
Spear Claw is not a draw you want to see in this spot.
Does not help at all.
You can kill the 3/1 if you'd like. Oh, Stone Claw is suddenly
pretty good. 2 help. It was the only totem that Muckacho was going to kill.
Yeah, no, just based on hero powers and you know,
wow.
In the face.
Impact knew it. Impact knew. It's just like, yeah, he's probably going to draw kill command.
Yeah, I mean, quick shot put him on 2 health, and he hasn't dealt a single point of damage that was relevant to the opponent.
He was too far away from ever having a chance. He was just Hunter had to just click the hero power button for the rest of the game, and Impact never had a chance.
I mean, when you look at this game, the card that won the game was Freezing Trap.
Yeah.
Because
it was a solid curve.
Exactly.
Hunter got ahead, and Hunter played Freezing Trap. And Impact's hand was very, very slow. There was no 1-drop. There's no Totem Golem. Just very, very slow hand. And you look back at that game, and the Maelstrom Portal dropping a minion that ends up dying to the huge toad is the reason he can't actually challenge that freezing trap. So you have to look back at that turn. It's just like, ouch.
If the toad ended up hitting face,
it makes a huge difference on the game.
It makes a huge difference because the possessed villager, even if it dies once, then comes back and you have something to hit the trap with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So those are key turns that you don't necessarily think back on too much because they don't seem very impactful, but they definitely decided
look at this
the way this would go.
Double champion against triple 1-drop
with
toad.
abusive.
These are some really, really good hands.
So based on the starting hand and the thing like the long-term fuel from both players.
I like the space deck.
Yeah, because you know the Hunter's trading, but like based on the fuel that both decks have, I want to say that the Dragon has more capacity to stabilize in the mid. Oh,
I would like to see Impact not play around Ravage and Ghoul.
But I mean, this is a decent halfway play, right? Because you do play into it, but not fully.
I think you'll lose with there's Ravage and Ghoul.
I don't know. You've got the bow. I think you might still be able to get away with it. But now I think I agree. You just go.
You're really bad. Wow.
You just go. Double Toad on 4. So my question to you is, do you double Toad on 4 or do you hero power Toad? And
you double Toad.
Yeah. There's no counter to it in the Dragon deck, so.
You double Toad every day.
Uh-oh. This is getting kind of sketchy for the Dragon Warrior player.
Well, the Corruptor's like definitely a very welcome pickup at this point. And that's just a solid turn for the Dragon Warrior.
Double bow into Companion 5 with hero power on top of it.
That's when you start weaving the hero powers for sure.
Both players with an insane draw, by the way. But the bow gives the edge to the Hunter player. If the War Axe were in Muckacho's hand instead of, say, Ragnarok's, it might actually allow him to pick off minions more readily. But in this spot, the weapon from the Hunter gave him the board. There's 2 lines of play.
There's 3 lines of play here.
Yeah.
The Blackwing Corruptor could actually go ahead and take out this Abuse Sergeant.
I think I like the abusive kill.
Over one of the Toads because, yeah, if you hit the Toad and then if the ping goes onto the Corruptor, it's really bad. Going wide is also definitely an option. That Leok is insane.
I think I leave the dragon alive and I just trade with my with one toad.
What if you just put him to 7?
Honestly, let's do it. Let's just do it. I agree with you. Let's put him to 7. Deal with this. I mean, you do get punished by something like a ghoul play, but I mean, he needs more than this. He needs so much more than this.
I really don't like that play, the Fairy Dragon Frothing, more than I look at it. He doesn't have a dragon to activate the Corruptor anymore.
That's right. Which is the only reason I think the play was it was a decent middle ground for a lot of
no, that's a mech.
turns. Yeah, it's not a dragon. I'm sorry.
Yes. I think that was a misstep for sure.
It's the only way that you put yourself in a spot where the Blackwing is never
10,
enabled.
And Impact is just going to turn 6 him.
He's got some backup.
And, you know, even if this didn't kill him, Hunter plays Call alternate.
So I think it comes back to the decision to play the Frothing and Dragon instead of Corruptor.
I think we might have broken the record there.
That was
what, a minute and a half for the whole game?
Must have been about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think something like that.
Wow.
The both players are playing super quick.
Both their starts were insanely fast.
Yeah.
And it only went to turn 6. That's interesting.
There was a lot of, like, they made decisions on the fly.
Would you look at a Dragon Warrior hand that had 2 copies of Alex Rose's Champion? Usually you say you're winning that game. Instead, he died on turn 6 having 2 copies of Alex Rose's Champion, which is just bonkers to me.
I think it has to do with the bow. Without that bow, the Hunter hand was good.
And the abuse of Sergeants.
Sure, but like without the bow, I think the hand just got a lot worse because the minions that the Warrior has, you have to answer with your own, and you never quite race ahead in health to the point where you can just commit your minions and they stick.
So, not the best opening hand for Impact. Lava Burst is definitely not something you want. 7-7 can be good if it doesn't get executed.
I mean, this is still like a game that both players can win, but I think the struggling player will be Impact based on this. Spirit Claws, you know, helps.
I think he's going Hunter.
I kind of hope he is.
Be very interesting to see the Shaman Mirror, however. Priest doesn't make a lot of sense.
If he's afraid of taking too much phase, because here's one of the things, right? Muckacho's first finals is right now, so the nerves are up. Yeah. He's a very emotional player. He seemed a little bit tilted when he died to the Hunter on turn 6. Said astonishing, and his face looked like that of a player who was bummed out.
Well, that doesn't happen very often.
But
it was actually pretty astonishing.
It was, but the point is, he's an emotional player, and right now, with that healing, he is playing defensively in a spot where he can actually afford taking the lead. With a hand like this one, and the ability to just be ahead on board the way that he is.
You can definitely heal some. So I think this Rockbiter is killing this Finley, because now then you have 2 1-1s to challenge this 2-2.
I agree with you.
And the 1-3 just is better against 1-1s than the 2-2 is.
Yeah. So at this point, Impact is looking to draw either another 1-drop with hero power or, honestly, a curve play. Yeah. Tuskar Totemic, Feral Spirits, with no overload available. I think you might prefer Tuskar Totemic, that way you curve into the 7-7 a lot more easily.
Yeah. Maelstrom Portal would be a decent pickup as well.
A lot of cards in his deck are just good right now. Totem Golem is definitely an okay one.
Is it though?
I mean, it overloads you, but if there isn't a ghoul, you're happy.
I mean, this Frothing Berserker is like really good here too.
That's getting lava bursted.
Yeah.
I mean, I say that.
And then you still can't play 7-7.
I say that, but
I think it's getting lava bursted.
I don't think there's much of a choice, because if you don't lava burst, what ends up happening is, yes, you're not playing a 7-7, but right now...
But the Frothing, if you don't kill it, the Frothing Berserker alone is going to kill your 7-7.
Right, on its own, because you deal... Enough damage is dealt between minions that the 7-7 ends up being a thing now.
I like that face attack, however. Picks up the dragon. That is a big deal.
But there's a Rockbiter weapon with that Totem Golem that deals with the dragon.
And stays alive.
Spirit Claws on the draw would be pretty nuts. That is okay. You can cycle this if you'd like.
Actually, I think you totem. Do you know what you're doing next turn?
7-7.
Yeah. Well, I guess the turn after you totem. No, actually, this is better.
I like
it actually challenges the 3-1.
Yeah, because now you're forcing the minion to trade away. You can't heal the dragon with
I think it's Frothing. I don't think it's actually Ghoul here. I think it's Frothing.
Okay. So...
And then, yeah, and that's a 6-4.
So
3 mana, 6/4,
Impact
pretty
is
good.
looking for.
He needs a miracle at this point. Tunnel Trog is good. Doomhammer
Is better. Now my question is, do you just Trog double face tank?
take 13.
Because you could race ahead really hard with that play. Because right now you're sacrificing.
I think you do this. If the thing value trades the Trog, you can just hit it with your Doomhammer.
I think in this spot you just make a trade and then go face with the Frothing and play the.
Why don't you just play Ghoul and Ghoul's like 4 extra damage, so that's 13 damage.
Oh, he's making trades. Okay.
Yeah, he's just, this makes a lot of sense given Impact only has 1 card in his hand plus whatever he top decks. So he thinks, I have 3 cards I can just outvalue. However, one of the cards is Doomhammer, so. Doomhammer's, oh wow. That is all the highest value cards in his deck.
Yeah, frankly, there's a lot of things.
Oh my god,
there are
what
a lot
draw.
of things that Impact could have drawn that killed the Korkron, but nothing really did it so that he had leftover mana to play a good, have a good play.
What a draw that Curator on 7 is.
Yeah, I mean,
that's insane. It gives him Dragon.
Well, you want to talk about
Guardian.
good draws. I've got one for you right here.
Yeah, Bold is definitely very, very good.
If there's no Execute coming up, then this 7/7 can be kept for damage, and Doomhammer can be used for board control.
Yeah. There are 2 copies of Execute and 2 copies of Blackwing Corruptor in the deck, however. But even if those things aren't picked up,
but even if they weren't picked up,
there was double Taunt Minion, which was just like a super solid turn.
Yeah. There's a lot of outs in the Dragon Warrior deck right now to deal with that 7/7. At this point, you're looking for no more Rock Biters left in the deck, by the way. So Lava Burst #2 is a thing. A Manatide Totem would be a welcome sight. Totem Golem, name it, just something good. Stoneclaw stalls the damage, but it's not amazing. You got to double face tank this to reduce the incoming damage. It hurts, but it's the play.
You have to. And next turn you probably go to 2 and double face tank that Blackwing Corruptor.
Ooh, I don't think we're going there. I don't think we're going there.
I think we're playing Fireworks, and that 5's going face, but it looks like he's going to elect to play the Azure Trick. No, he's
consistent.
He's just like, I'm so far ahead, I'm just going to keep controlling this board and grind you out. So and that's a fine, acceptable line hit in the spot, for sure.
So Doomhammer is usually something you use to control the board. The thing is, if you do that, you at least need to guarantee that you're able to get some form of board control back.
Haunt Totem. Well, it wasn't lethal either way, but Taunt Totem is good too.
So
I think you play Maelstrom Pearl. What do you want? What's a good 1-drop in this spot? Is there one?
Any Taunt.
With
the Ghoul, that's a lot worse.
I think you take 6 here.
Yeah, you have no choice. You got to hit the dragon twice.
Ow. And then you go down to 1.
Yeah, you're dead to pretty much any damage top deck.
Well, you're dead to 1, so.
Yeah.
That would absolutely make your statement true.
You're on 1 health. So here's one of the cool things, is that if Thing from Below is picked up, like there isn't much burn to face, right, in the Warrior deck.
There's no direct damage that goes through Taunt.
Corruptor is the only one copy.
Yeah, there's that one copy of Corruptor left. The rest, well, and Ragnaros, who can go over the top. But the rest is like charge that has to go through Taunt.
Ooh, he doesn't do it. Okay.
I really don't like this.
No, he had lethal. What? You just play Ghoul, the tentacle goes off, doesn't it? Like.
No, it still went off.
No, you heal your minion and then you Ghoul.
It still went off. It's because there's 8 on board plus 4x is 11. It's one off.
You just have to push. Like, at this point, drop the trading. We're done trading here.
Yep.
We're just done trading. Lightning Storm would be a sick drop for Impact.
Maelstrom Portal #2 if it's in the deck.
Things from below. A little bit late.
It's not good.
A little bit late.
Spell Power Death Rattle is not a thing, so. No, he's going to kill off his own guy. Officially, he's going to stay alive here on board, but with the Korkron Elite and the Ghoul, a couple ways of closing out this game for Muckacho.
And he's going to take it
in the grand finals with Priest.
Against, yeah, I mean, Priest is now played by every Shaman and every Warrior around. So Muckacho in his first big tournament is going to be taking it over Impact.
Yep.
In
closing
a
out
very
that series
aggressive
in
fashion.
Like 15 minutes. That was like That was fast-paced.
I kind of anticipated it because the players that we've seen, these two guys have been playing super quickly all through the event, and this was no difference.
Playing super quick decks, and yeah, congrats to Muckacho. Congrats to Impact on the second place finish.
Impact was striving for that big win, though, because he's been around the Hearthstone scene for quite a long time.
Yep.
And, I mean, this isn't a major event quite in the way that maybe he wants it to be. Like, it's not a crazy prelim win or, But at this stage...
he's like, $2,000.
It's still quite a big chunk of money.
It was a good weekend.
It is a good weekend. It's a weekend's worth of Hearthstone. And I think Impact, given the matchups that he was running into, I don't think had much of a...
I think this
not much room.
This came down to, like, in the finals where both players drew very, very well.
The player who drew slightly better.
One player drew slightly better and snowballed like crazy, which is a common thing in these aggro mirrors.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the games come down to slight edges. You want to grab like a 2 damage here, 1 damage here. But occasionally it just comes down to, well, there's no answer in your deck for what I do. Those decks are meant to be, I mean, they're meant to just go all in on damage. So when you're not playing enough answers in your deck, if 2 things stick on the board, they'll stick there forever. Which
and
means
they'll
you're
keep
never
punching
coming back. Right. So
and that's why, like, I wanted to, like, double face tank of 3/4 and go down to 1 health on board.
Right.
Because when you're playing these aggro mirrors, you have to take control of the board and start swinging it away if it means you're at 1 health.
Yeah. So it's an unfortunate and quick ending for Impact, but Muckacho takes it, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy. I mean, based on what we saw from him, he just seemed overly eager to take the win. He seemed
emotional and happy when winning.
Yeah, happy when winning.
Emotional and unhappy when losing.
Lose a coin flip and gets pretty angry.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
I'm going to challenge him to some coin flips, see if I can get him salty after this.
Don't do the coin flips, just play Hunter. Who needs to coin flip when you can just play some Hearthstone? So, I mean, after all, like, I think the performance that he had with the decks that he played was okay. Like, there were no clear misplays. It was just sometimes in the event, rather, not in the series, but in the event, sometimes he just tilted and played too quick. And I told him yesterday, just slow down. When you get upset, just slow down and make the best play that you think
There's nothing wrong with taking 10 seconds to think a bit. Slow down, just like,
at least
let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's see what I'm supposed to be doing. A couple bit of that in the Hunter against Shaman game, where he snaps Eagle Herd Bow as a Blood Mage, and honestly, like, I really would have liked to see him think about it, because, like, first of all, Blood Mage is in the deck because there's a new card, the new weapon, right?
Sure.
So you've actually probably never been in that situation before, and when you're never in a situation, you're just like, I probably need to think about this at least once.
It's just slowing down at 10 seconds to look at the situation and assess whether or not it's a threat. Most of the time you'll come to the conclusion.
Especially with new expansions, it's just like, you don't actually know. It's like, because you've never been there.
How often have you played around like a double Spirit Claws Shaman build?
Never.
Right? So that's the big question.
I haven't unlocked the card yet.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Purple doesn't like PvE in Hearthstone. Just buys accounts. So it was a pretty interesting series. Just overall, I think the Zoo was also the game that just... I mean, this first win must have been one of the...
free into Soulfire into Doomguard and to get the free through, what's he called?
The Darkshire Librarian, twice on board with an Imp alive.
That was insane.
If this is a new face of Zoo, then...
That was aggressive.
I'm on board. I mean, this is one of those things where... It's one of those cards where if it's not answered and your deck is tailored around it,
I think
you just do it.
One of the large portions of Zoo, like, I guess falling out of the throne of Tier 1 was the power level went really down. It's always been a very consistent deck because you have a lot of 1s and 2s. But the power level is just like, it's not really doing anything really busted anymore. But now this new Warlock discard, it gives me a bit of hope for Zoo in the sense that the power levels, the consistency is definitely down with the deck. But the power level is insane when it does what it wants to do.
And I think one of the big deals as well is suddenly a lot of the turns where they used to just life tap, now they just discard stuff to cycle and eventually find the other burn, which gives them the ability to save on mana while developing a board at the same time.
Life
so
tap's
it's
a
nice
very
to
slow
see.
ability.
Yeah, it's good, but if your board gets cleaned up the way that Zoo's board has been cleaning up recently, and in the metagame it's maybe just better to have more burn that also gives you some possible tempo swings with perhaps a lower consistency on those tempo swings, but the deck plays very similarly either way. So even when you don't get them, you can still get the Direwolf alpha turns with Ardent Squires and Possessed Villagers. So quite frankly, I think the new face of Zoo is cool. It feels like a Warlock deck, as opposed to feeling like...
Blizzard has finally given us enough discard cards that
we
can make the theme.
But it's not a discard lock, it's a Zoo lock with discard. But I'm still happy that...
Yeah, Pestidraxis doesn't quite make the cut.
It has an identity, as opposed to being, alright, I play all these neutral 1-drops. Yeah. Now it's like, I play all these Warlock cards.
The old Zoo had, what, 20 neutrals?
20 neutrals, maybe 10, just because there were good 1-drops with PO.
Yeah, you play your Flame Imps, your POs, your M-Gang Boss, your Councilman, and your Doomguard.
It just looks and feels good. It just feels good, so pretty happy about where the direction of Zoo is headed. I want to see more of that for other classes maybe in the future. I mean, he's the only player who brought that specific type of list to the event.
Definitely performed.
And it did very well. Every single time we saw it on screen, it just played well.
Yep.
So I wonder if Darkshire Librarian's a card I have to review, because I
think
I put it on the side burner, but...
I think it's good. I don't think it's good. I think all the 2-drops in the game currently suck. Like, with Knife Juggler going down to 2-2,
I could see that,
a 2-2, Flame Juggler, everything that has 2 attack gets eaten up by Outstretched Champion, and anything with 2 attack doesn't challenge Totem Golem with a Direwolf. And these are actually very, very important things at the moment.
Yeah, Soulfire helps with that.
So having a 3-2 is very, very good in a lot of senses.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll go to see a winner ceremony. The checks are going to be given to the winners, so you guys enjoy this.
Out on your stream, for a second, I just wanted to show off this big check that I got for myself. No, this is for Austin. This check is for Austin. Austin, come on down, buddy. You got 3rd place. This is so exciting. It's a really big check. What are you going to do with the money?
I'll probably invest it in school and food.
Okay, that is a very responsible answer, and I appreciate that. Now, I also want to know how you're going to get this home. Are you going to walk around the expo floor with this?
Yeah, just take this subway, show everyone I got 3rd place in a tournament.
Show it off. Just wear it loud and proud, am I right?
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations. I'm a little jealous, but I'll let you walk away with the check now. I kind of just wish it was mine. All right, now I need another big check over here. Gimme, gimme, gimme. What is this one? OMG, okay. 2,000. All right, Josh, get over here. Get over here right now. This is for you, buddy. You did it. Okay, so I was talking to you backstage, and you said that you were no good at Hearthstone. You don't even know how this happened.
Yeah, I kind of just got lucky. Like, I've never been that good at this game. Like, I always lose in the big tournaments. Like.
So what do you think the secret sauce is then for today? What were you eating? Were you juicing? What were you doing?
It was mostly just the Fruit Loops I had in the morning. Like, yeah, basically what did it.
Shout out to Fruit Loops. You eat Fruit Loops, you win $2,000. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so first place. The first place check is for me, obviously, because I was playing this entire weekend. I deserve this $3,000. JK, no, this is for Jacob. Okay, just get over here, easy. I'm assuming you're investing this money in the next Kanye concert?
Yeah, yeah, that in school.
That in school, another responsible answer. I love that. Okay, you're bumping Kanye though, so I'm assuming you're a big fan.
Yeah, me and Kanye are actually pretty good friends. I'm originally from Chicago, so like I know his.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so outside of this, what card games are you good at?
I played poker before, but I got banned.
He got banned from playing poker. Okay, so I'm assuming, I'm hoping you're not going to get banned from playing Hearthstone anytime soon.
No, hopefully I don't. I don't know. Like I've made my money, so that's all.
You got to tell everybody what you're going to do with this money now, obviously.
Just spend it on school.
No, don't tell me school. Get something good for yourself, man. Besides an education, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably sit on some of it, maybe invest, go to a couple other tournaments, so then, I don't know.
You guys are incredibly responsible. I'm so proud of you. You're growing up into very mature young men. Thank you so much. Congratulations. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Back to the casters.
For a young man playing children's card games, looks like a day for everyone to enjoy. So Muckacho seemed like the responsible guy. I think Impact was the most down-to-earth of all of them. It's like Fruit Loops. That's what lets me win.
I like those interviews a lot.
I think
some good questions.
Those
are some important questions.
They are. They are. I mean, what do you eat in the morning, Purple?
I haven't eaten Fruit Loops in years, but
okay. Well,
I also haven't won a tournament in 2016. So
I can see causation. So you might want to start on those Fruit Loops. So that being said, guys, that is going to be it for the event. Thanks for watching Northern Arena Hearthstone Tournament. From Noxious, Purple, and all the crew behind this, who did a really great job, by the way, the production. On the Hearthstone side, it's been amazing. Thanks for watching, and until the next event, you guys have a nice one. Take care.